Hi, welcome to my weekly bird wrap number 22. And this week I've got a great story about budgies, a story about why parrots live so long, and my last story is the bird that the people from Calgary selected to be their town bird. Hi, I'm Neil Hermes and welcome to my weekly bird wrap. My first story is about a photograph, and this is an absolute corker. I have seen plenty of pictures over the years of nesting and flocking budgerigars in the wild, but the picture I saw just recently is a really spectacular photograph. Many people would know the budgie. The budgie is the most commonly kept avicultural bird in the world. In the wild, they're yellow and green, but many people will know their budgies, the ones that are kept in cages, as being white or blue, a whole range of different colours, and that's of course their colours that we've bred from the captive birds. But in the wild they are all a mixture of green and yellow, and they nest in hollow trees, and of course being seed eaters they need to drink every day. And we have had one of the most spectacular wet seasons in our inland in Australia for decades. And what this has done is it meant that there is vast numbers of breeding budgerigars collecting in around certain areas in the inland. And of course, every day or even twice a day, these huge numbers of budgies have got to go into water holes to drink. Now, when they come in to drink, they might come in tens or 20s or hundreds or thousands, or in this particular case, in this photograph, I've seen tens of thousands of budgies coming in to the one water hole to drink. And the photographer who took this photograph, normally if you're a bird photographer, you've got a telephoto lens on your camera so that you can get in nice and close because the bird is so far away. To get these pictures, the photographer put a wide angle lens on because the sky was just full of budgies. Check out the photograph attached to this YouTube clip, and you'll see what I mean about the spectacular budgerigar photograph. And if you're lucky and you're travelling in inland Australia, you may get the chance to see some of these huge flocks of budgies which are gathering together because of this wet season that we've had. My second story today concerns why is it that parrots live for so long? Everyone knows about the stories of the parrot that was kept in captivity and lived for 30 years or 50 years or whatever. People hear these stories, but why is it parrots that live so long? In the wild, do they live this long? Well, parrots are long-lived in the wild. They live for over 30 years. So why is it that it's parrots that seem to have this ability to be able to live much longer than many other species of birds? Well, a study that's just been produced looked at 200 different species of parrots, and it looked at specimens that were held in museums and in zoos, over 100,000 different specimens, and checked them out, measured them to try and get a handle on why is it that parrots live so long. And it turns out that all parrots, the ones that live the longest, have very large brains. And that's not to say a big bird has a big brain. This is proportionally large brains. So in parrots, the brain is proportionally bigger than the body size compared to other birds. So it would seem a clue to the fact that parrots live so long is that they have exceptionally large brains for their body size. And of course this is giving us clues as to how we can study brains in other species of birds, other species of animals, and in terms of looking at elements of how our brain functions as well. So this is giving us an insight into brain function, this study of the size of parrot brains. So my last story today is about an election that was held in Calgary in Canada to select the new city bird. So the people of Calgary got together and decided they needed a bird emblem, and City Council decided that they would make it done by an election, so people would vote. And I love these stories. It's just so fantastic because it gets a community involved in what they really think about their local birds, and they get talking about birds, it gets them talking about which are their favourite birds, and it brings out sort of various impressions that certain birds give to certain people and whether or not they should be used as the popular bird for their city. It came down to 4 different species that the people of Calgary had to choose between. There was the nuthatch, there was the magpie, there was the flicker, which is a type of woodpecker, and the chickadee. And these were the 4 species that they chose between. Now, some people said that people of Calgary aspire, probably deserve to have a magpie as their emblem, but they really aspire to be chickadees. And as it turns out, the chickadee is the bird that won out in the competition and is now the official bird of Calgary. And of course, the name chickadee comes from the sound of the call of this particular bird. So well done, people in Calgary. It's all about, of course, promoting birds and promoting an interest in birds. So hopefully this will give extra energy to people protecting birds in Calgary, and in particular their chickadees. Hi, I hope you've just enjoyed watching that YouTube clip that I've produced. If you do like the clips that I'm doing, please do hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share my material with some of your friends. That would be great. I'm sure you know many people that would also enjoy hearing about birds from around the world on my YouTube channel. Thank you.